Hey there, I'm James Rich Young, and these are my 10 essentials for day trading. All right, so I'm gonna leave out all the obvious items like my PC and my monitors, and I'm gonna start with my X keys. This is a programmable keypad that I use for my hotkeys. This is what I execute on my trades on. You know, when I'm day trading, I don't have time to be typing in every single order in the order box, clicking this, confirming that. No, got to be able to get in and out quickly, and this beautiful piece of technology helps me do that by allowing me to set up all my hotkeys on this thing. I did used to do it off the keyboard, which was fine, but this just fits my hand better. I find myself to be more accurate and faster with it. I can pretty much trade on this thing with my eyes closed. And I like the idea of having a separate device just for trading so that when I'm typing, I'm not accidentally buying shit or anything like that. And I do trade on 2 different platforms, so this allows me to execute trades on both easily on just one device. Of course, there's other brands out there, but what I like about this one is that it's very customizable. They come in different sizes. You can change out the keys, lay them out however you want. I put on what they call blockers on mine, on the keys I don't use, so that I can get a better feel for the keys without looking, if that makes sense. It did take some time to get used to, but now I can't trade without it. Essential number 2, this is my CyberPower UPS system. You know, when I'm day trading, especially with a lot of share size and things are really moving, the last thing I want is for the power to go out and have the trade go against me. So this is a backup battery supply. So if my power ever goes out, this thing gives me like an extra 10 minutes of power to close out any trades I don't want to be in, save any work. And it also doubles as a surge protector. So on any outages, it's not going to damage my setup, because I do have some pretty pricey equipment. But I do wish they make one that lasts hours and not minutes so that I can continue to trade or work. But I think at that point, you're looking at generators, which are like $10,000. This one, 200 bucks. All right, essential number 3 is my iPhone. I don't ever trade off my phone, and if you're someone who does, I highly recommend you try moving to a desktop platform because you're limiting yourself with this thing. But the backup power supply is not going to protect me from an internet outage. So if my internet ever goes down, I have this right next to me so that I can access my platforms through the apps and manage any trades I'm in right here. And in my last house, I used to have 2 separate internet providers so that if one went down, I still had the other one to use. But this house, only one services the area. I know the struggle is real. So this is a must. And again, I only use this to close out positions. Essential number 4 is my share sizing table, which I just cracked. If you don't know what this is, I actually made a full video on it already, which I'll link on the screen. But basically, I risk 500 bucks per trade. And when I say that, some people get confused and think I buy $500 worth of stock. But what it means is I'm sizing my trade so that if the trade doesn't work and it goes against me, then I lose no more than that 500 bucks. So I got to do some math, right? And instead of having to bust out the calculator to know how many share size I need every single time, I made this sheet that's already calculated for me for that $500 risk. So if I come across any trades I'm trying to get into, especially when things are moving fast, all I need to do is just take a look at this sheet and I'll know exactly how many shares I need to get right away. And before, I just had this taped to the desk. So I found this little stand on Amazon, which I'll need to buy a new one now, just to make it easier to place around the desk, and it just makes it easier to see. Work smart, not hard, very essential. But that doesn't mean I still don't have a calculator ready to go, which is my 5th essential, a calculator. Because how else am I going to count all this money I'm making? No, but in all seriousness, there's always math involved in trading. Between the day trading, swing trading, earnings plays that I do, there's always a time I need a calculator. And I know my phone has a calculator, but something about actually physically punching in the numbers is just more satisfying to me. And with your phone, you're having to unlock it and open up the app every time. I mean, who has time for that shit? And this one isn't anything fancy. This was like 10 bucks on Amazon and has lasted me since I started trading. So yeah, this is always on my desk. Number 6 is my daily trading journal. This is a sheet I print out and write in every single day. I use this just like how an NBA player, we use their stat sheet, right? After end of each game, you look at their stats to see how they performed, what they did well, what they didn't. Oh, I had 6 turnovers. Now I need to know what to work on for the next game, kind of thing. Same goes for trading. I write down all the trades that I took, even the one I passed on, so that I can review them for later, see how they worked out and what I could have done better. I write down notes if I hear or read anything interesting. If I learn something new, this is where I'll write them. And most important is the mistake section. So this is where I write down all my mistakes, whether it was intentional or not. So like if I bought the wrong stock or chased a trade I shouldn't have or went off my trading plan, whatever. This is where I'll write all of it down, and reviewing them at the end of each day just keeps me in check and helps me from forming any bad habits. Essential number 7 is my blue light glasses. These are from Ray-Ban and no prescription or anything. They just got the blue light protection on them. Even though I do actually wear contacts, but I hate wearing prescription glasses because mine are like super thick, and even with the high index lenses, they make my eyes super fucking tiny like this, and it's not something I want to be wearing all day. But blue light protection is super necessary because I'm looking at 4 big monitors all day, and this helps my eyes from fatigue, eye strain, headaches, etc., and just overall eye health. All right, number 8 is a wrist pad. So this, I'm sure the PC gamers will know what I'm talking about, but if you look at the bottom of my wrist, I don't know if you can see, there's like a little bump or some callus type of shit going on from using the mouse all these years. And it got to a point where I feel some discomfort there. It will start turning red from rubbing against the desk all day. So I got this wrist pad, and I'm telling you, this thing is a game changer. Just feels like a nice pillow. It puts my wrist in a better position, and it just always feels relaxed now. And I didn't know how much I needed this until I started using it. And it's just one of those things that feels awkward without it now. Get some water. All right, essential number 9 is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. This is my absolute favorite book on day trading. I read this at least once a year. Now, this isn't really a strategy book, so you're not gonna learn any setups or anything like that, but it does cover the psychology aspect of trading, which in my opinion will make or break your success. Because anyone can learn strategies and setups, but it's my own money that I'm gonna have to deal with and see fluctuating on that screen. And if I let my emotions take over, and if I don't have the discipline to follow my trading plan, then all the strategies goes out the window. So this book talks about how to have the right approach and mindset in the market to become that consistent, profitable trader. I will say though, the first time I read this, I just started trading, so I couldn't fully grasp what Mark Douglas was talking about. But as I reread it, my second, third, and now coming into my 4th year, this book just becomes better and better and better every time I read it, because now I've been through some shit, right? So now everything he talks about in the book just kind of resonates with me more as I progress through my career. And I'm telling you, Mark Douglas, he knows what he's talking about. And finally, last but not least, we have made it to number 10, and that is a photo of my son Tyson, specifically this photo right here. So my parents took him out one weekend to Malibu Beach. It was just the 3 of them. He's never been to the beach before. And they bought him all these beach toys, and he got to play in the sand for the first time. And while he was playing, he turns to my mom and tells her to take a picture because he says this is the happiest moment of his life and he wanted to capture it. The kid is only 3, by the way. And this is that picture, and my mom had it printed and framed for me and hasn't left my desk since. And I also have this photo right here. This one was from our recent trip to Hawaii back in December, and we just got done playing at the beach. We came back to the room and we were just kicking it on the balcony, enjoying the view. And he turns to me and says, "Appa, can you take a picture? Because this is one of my happiest moments of my life." And these are the only 2 times where he's asked us to take a picture of him. And just seeing these daily, knowing what these days meant to him, especially on my tough days, just washes all my stress away and keeps me going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so those are my 10 essentials for day trading. What are some of your essentials? Let me know in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you for being here, and I hope to see you on the next one.